What's up guys? So today I'm bringing back the electric spider. So Galvantula has been doing me really well this season. So I am slowly evolving this team as I move up the ranks and seeing different team comps. So today we're bringing in Galvantula for the lead, Galarian Stunfisk in the back, and then Shiftry kind of serving as a sack swap. So the goal of this team is that if I don't really meet up with a good lead, I am able to switch out into Shiftry, pressure shields, and then kind of draw out some of the counters to my team as a whole, being the fighters or the flyers. Immediately here I do see the Galarian Stunfisk, so I swap out into Shiftry, and in comes the Dusclops. So this is actually looking pretty good for us. We don't have to commit shields here, as either of its punches, being Ice Punch or Fire Punch, isn't going to be able to take us out. So Fire Punch comes through, does a pretty decent amount of damage, but we farm up a little bit and go ahead and fire off the Leaf Blade before he gets the chance to get to another Fire Punch. So he brings back in Stunfisk, and Shiftry goes for just back-to-back Leaf Blades, because I do believe that I will commit a shield here, as Shiftry will be able to get to the Leaf Blades quicker. So we are able to fire off a Leaf Blade. He does a swap, and it's into a Tentacruel. So we're looking real good here to bring in Galvantula, go for discharges, and this will do massive damage to that Tentacruel if it goes unshielded. And he fires off the charge move here, and we decide not to shield it. And it is just an acid spray, so great there, nothing to worry about. And we do go for the lunge to debuff that attack, so that my backline can come in and finish off the game. Even with the defense debuff, it can't really mudshot me down, so it will have to fire off the Rock Slide either way. So we bring back in our own Stunfisk, and at this point, even if it is an Earthquake, it won't be able to take us out because of that attack drop. So we go in here and fire off the Rock Slide. My opponent definitely reads the charge move, knows that it is a Rock Slide, takes it, but at that level of health, he isn't able to get to another Earthquake in time. So coming in with Can You Diglett? I love that name. Definitely very creative. So we see yet another Stunfisk lead. So very, very popular lead in this meta right now. We swap into the Shiftry, of course, and he brings in the Azumarill as a counter. So the great thing about having the Shiftry here is that it counters both Azumarill and Stunfisk, being kind of the core meta right now. So I am able to fire off the Leaf Blade, he doesn't shield it, and I am able to get to a second one before he fires off his own charge move. He decides not to shield that, and we take out the Azumarill. Great. Didn't really see much play, we don't have to worry about it for our Galarian Stunfisk. I'm firing off Leaf Blades here, and it is doing quite a bit of damage. I am going to commit to the shield just because I can outpace this Stunfisk. And Rock Slide won't take us out here, so we can go ahead and take one. So I am almost charged up to a second Leaf Blade after this. He go ahead and shields this into a Galvantula himself. We bring in our own Stunfisk, and this is about game. I am able to fire off the Rock Slide before he gets the lunge debuff in. He decides not to shield and calls the game. So good game there. So this team actually has been able to counter a lot of the core meta, being like Deoxys and Azumarill and Stunfisk, so it has been great. So this is one of the situations though where I can't just throw in my Shiftry as a sack swap because of that Charmer. So I am going for the lunge bait, but my opponent doesn't really take the bait, and I switch into Stunfisk. So I am noticing here that he isn't swapping out, so this Wigglytuff with a attack debuff isn't really doing much, just because we are still resisting the charms. Charge move comes through. I know that it's a Ice Beam or a Play Rough. We resist the Play Rough, and then Ice Beam isn't going to do that much anyways, so no worries there. In comes the Tropius, so we are going to do super effective with that Rock Slide. We do need to watch out for the Leaf Blade though, and I am going to pressure shields here, and he decides to let it go. So because the Tropius is getting very low, I am able to go ahead and shield that, swap out my Stun Fist to preserve some health for that Wigglytuff, and bring in Galvantula and farm up. So here we are going for the lunge bait again, and this time we get the shield. So it is at an attack debuff. Once again, this poor Wigglytuff going in back with my Stun Fist and doing really no damage whatsoever. So firing off the Rock Slide before they get to their charge move, and in comes a Lantern. So great, we are resisting the Sparks. This is loaded up to a Thunderbolt, but I do decide to shield it to be able to make it to the Earthquake in time. Just because I know after I fire off the Earthquake, I can very easily go into Shiftry, and Shiftry will be able to resist both Thunderbolt and Hydro Pump, so nothing to worry there. And it loads up to the Leaf Blade first anyways, so, and takes that game. So another great game there. And this team has been very, very fun to play, and honestly, I've been having a blast this season, especially using that Galvantula. So in comes a Bastiodon. So I'm thinking Bastiodon, Double Grass. So bringing in Shiftry right away, and we see the Cherim. So Cherim does have that Weather Ball, which is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to that my Shiftry. Foul Play comes through and is able to connect. I am going to shield here and try to pressure this Cherim shield. So at this point, I am thinking that in the back there's either a Victory Bell or a Meganium. So if it is a Victory Bell, I want to line it up with Stun Fist. If it's a Meganium, I want to line it up with the Galvantula. So it is kind of a guess right now. I do fire off 2 back-to-back Leaf Blades because I do want to be able to come out on top, but my opponent makes the play to commit to the shield and win switch, which was a really intelligent decision there. Weather Ball comes through and does massive damage to us. So we do load up to the lunge. He brings in the Bastion, but I am going to swap out because I don't know what the backline is, and thank goodness it's the Victory Bell. So we are able to just hit back-to-back Rock Slides. I wanted to save the lunge just in case it was going to do the Meganium down the line, so that potentially I would have some play there. But because it is the Victory Bell, we are able to fire off 2 Rock Slides and take it out. And we are still up a shield, so able to shield up this Flamethrower. Easily able to get to the Earthquake and pick up this KO. So definitely Bastiodon Double Grass has been a very common team that I'm seeing here. So that Shiftry does help give it some play to all the Pokemon on that team. So last game of this match coming in, and Galvantula is led up to an Obstagoon. So this is a great lead for us. Night Slash is going to be doing just neutral damage, and Lunge is going to be doing super effective. So he goes for the Night Slash, opts to switch out into an Alolan Marowak. So we go in with the Stun Fist. So our goal at this point is to be able to come out on top and knock this Marowak out. So we are going to commit shields to all the charge moves just because I want to align my Galvantula back with that Obstagoon. So we're able to shield up the Shadow Ball, which was huge. Bone Club comes back in, we shield that as well, and fire off the Rock Slide. He shields that there, but right here we are very close, but is able to make it up to the Rock Slide before he gets to the Bone Club. So we take out that. We immediately make a swap to Galvantula and throw the Lunge immediately, and it is going to do quite a bit of damage to this Obstagoon. Night Slash comes through, and this should be enough to take us out. I don't want to match my shift tree up, so I have no choice but to go with Galarian Stunfisk. And at this point, I'm like, oh no, my switch timer isn't up yet, so I have to stay in with this Galarian Stunfisk. And this is bad. This Azumarill does have energy, and my shift tree is about to take a Ice Beam to the face. It does an immense amount of damage. I do have to farm up just because I need to fire off a Leaf Blade and then have the Obstagoon come in and then try to fire off another one, but the counters are doing super effective. So it comes in, gets a counter in, and we are just barely able to clutch that with maybe 1 HP on that shift tree. So that was a very close game, definitely a back and forth, and so much fun. So there is our 5-0 for this part 1. Part 2 will showcase off the other half of it. We definitely had a lot of fun with this team. The second video will be able to show you off some other team comps for this. So stay tuned for that coming in soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will definitely update you soon. Please consider leaving us a like and subscribe. We'll see you again soon. Bye.